2005, you bought an iPod, a gadget you could drop in a drawer and forget. 2025, you're living inside a 2 billion device Apple world. If your iPhone dies, your music, photos, banking apps, boarding passes, car keys, even your door locks can all stop at once. You think that's just progress. It's choreography. There's a part of your brain that feels safest when everyone around you is doing the same thing. Another part panics when it might lose access to something it already has. Apple didn't invent those instincts. They built a whole performance around them. Today isn't about hating Apple. It's about seeing the script you've been acting in. So the next time you reach for another Apple thing, you know whether it's you deciding or the director. Let's pull the curtain back. Walk into an Apple store. No piles of boxes, no flashing sale signs, just glass, blonde wood, and products perched on tables like props in a minimalist play. There are almost no visible checkout counters. Staff float through the space with iPhones and iPads, ready to ring you up anywhere. You didn't step into a shop. You stepped onto a stage. You wander between the tables, touching everything. Nothing is locked in cases. Laptops are open, screens glowing. iPhones wait, already awake. AirPods sit in their little white cases like costume jewelry. The message is quiet but clear. You're supposed to touch the props. Look at the people. Groups cluster around the same new iPhone. Someone takes a selfie on the demo unit. A teenager airdrops a meme to every phone in range. Heads tilt, hands reach, conversations start. Nobody told you this is the right phone. Your brain sees the crowd and fills in the line that isn't spoken. This must be the one. That's not you thinking. That's you copying. And the staff? They don't stand behind a counter like cashiers. They orbit you like friendly stagehands. Subtle body language, eye contact, open posture, tablet in hand, signals that you're the main character. You're not. You're the audience member who buys merch at the intermission. Watch what happens when a new product launches. Lines curl around the block. People camp overnight for a phone they could order from their couch. Employees clap as the doors open. Camera crews film strangers walking out of the store holding white bags like trophies. It looks spontaneous, like a cultural moment. It's blocking. Someone planned where the actors stand. From the balcony, this is what your brain sees. People who look like you. Waiting, smiling, cheering, filming. The more bodies on the stage, the safer the decision feels. The irony? You feel like a rebel for being there. Apple sells conformity so well, you walk out feeling unique. Now shift to the keynote. Lights down, dramatic music, giant screen. A phone appears with slow, reverent camera moves. Words like magical, revolutionary, personal float behind it. You're watching a product announcement. Your brain experiences a season premiere. They pace the reveal like an episode. Teaser at the start, long build-up. One more thing. They show creators, athletes, families. They don't say, here's a faster chip. They say, here's who you get to be if you own this. You clap for features you don't understand because everyone else does. And somewhere inside, a quiet line gets written. This is the upgrade I'm supposed to want. The store is the stage. The keynote is the script reading. Now, they just have to keep you in the show. At the beginning, it was simple. You bought an iPod or a Mac. If you got bored, you sold it, switched, moved on. Then they started moving parts of your life into their world, one scene at a time. First, your music lived in iTunes, then your contacts, then your photos, then your messages, then your two-factor codes, your credit cards, your car keys. By 2024, Apple told investors they had over 2.2 billion active devices in use worldwide. iPhones, Macs, iPads, watches, an entire planet of props on the same stage. Stop. Look at your phone. Open messages. Count how many conversations are blue versus green. That tiny color difference isn't a bug. Blue says, you're in the group. Green says, this person is outside the show. You hesitate before adding the green bubble to a group chat because you know what happens. Reactions don't show, videos compress, jokes break. Social friction on cue. Your brain registers that friction faster than any spec sheet. It learns the line, people like me use blue. You don't consciously think, I can never leave iPhone. You just quietly avoid being the one who ruins the group's experience. Then photos move in. Every shot of your kid, every vacation, every screenshot of an important document, backed up to iCloud. It feels like safety until you imagine losing access. Picture opening your Photos app and seeing nothing. No albums, no years, just an iCloud login you can't get past. Your chest tightens a little just hearing that. That feeling is the lock clicking. Quick test. Go to Settings, your name, iCloud, Manage Storage. Look at the bar. How much of that is photos, backups, and Apple apps you never chose but now depend on? You didn't design that dependency chart. They did. AirPods auto-connect when you open the case. Your Mac unlocks when your watch is nearby. Your iPad picks up your FaceTime call instantly. Nice, right? Convenience is the costume. The real character underneath is dependency. You start to feel it the moment you even think about switching. How will I keep my messages? What about my photos? My watch doesn't work with that phone. My apps, my notes, my passwords. You're not asking, which device is best anymore? You're asking, which director will let me keep my role with the least pain? Some people say, it's just good design. I can leave anytime. Try this. Turn off iMessage for 24 hours, just 24. Watch how quickly the group chat energy changes when your messages turn green. That discomfort is not an accident. Now, look at what all that wiring is really for, the box office. In 2024, Apple made about $391 billion in revenue. Around $96 billion of that came from services alone. Things like the App Store cut, iCloud, Music, TV Plus, AppleCare, and more. By 2025, services climbed past $109 billion, about 26% of total revenue, and the margins are huge. Here's the translation. The cage pays better than the devices that built it. Apple also told the world they have more than 1 billion paid subscriptions running through that system. That's not one-time box sales. That's rent. Take iCloud storage. Your free 5 gigabytes fills up the second you actually use the phone the way Apple's ads show. Suddenly your device tells you, iCloud storage full. It offers you an extra 50 gigabytes, 200 gigabytes, or 2 terabytes for a monthly fee. You're not deciding whether those raw gigabytes are worth the price. You're paying not to lose your memories. Your brain doesn't weigh gains here. It panics at potential loss. Every month, a few dollars leave your account quietly to make that panic go away. It feels like a small fee. Over years, it's a subscription tax on your past. Same pattern with storage tiers when you buy a phone. There's a base model, a middle one, and an absurdly large option. You go in thinking, I'll get the cheapest. You see the prices. The top tier makes the middle tier look reasonable. You pick the middle and feel smart. You just played the role they wrote for you. Then come the accessories. Cases, chargers, MagSafe stands, watch bands. They're priced like limited edition merch at the theater. You justify it instantly. Well, it fits better, it's safer, it's part of the design. You're not paying for plastic and metal. You're paying to keep the aesthetic of the show intact. And services like Apple TV Plus, on paper, it looks like a bad business. In the script, it's a prop. Bundled inside Apple One, it makes the subscription look richer, more complete. You keep the bundle for your extra iCloud space and music. TV Plus just rides along. The goal isn't for every service to print money solo. The goal is for the whole bundle to make leaving feel unthinkable. Second kill shot, you're not comparing phones anymore. You're negotiating the price of staying in your own life. Here's the punchline investors love. As of 2025, services are only about a quarter of Apple's revenue, but analysts estimate they contribute close to half the profit. You stand in line for a phone once every few years. You pay Apple for being in your pocket every month. You might even brag about how efficient your life is now. That's the most elegant part of the brainwash. feeling proud of the chains because they're color matched to your phone. So how do you see the script while you're still on the stage? Because let's be honest, most people watching this are not going to throw their iPhone in the trash, and you don't need to. Start with this rule. Whenever you feel an itch to upgrade, pause and ask, what exactly am I afraid of losing? Not what am I gaining? Not, is the camera better? What threatens you if you don't? Is it that your phone will actually fail at basic tasks, or that you'll look like you're on last season's costume? Name the fear out loud. Half the power vanishes. Next time there's a keynote, watch it like a play, not a sermon. Listen for the music swells. Notice when they cut to shots of people just like you. See where they pause for applause. Instead of thinking, wow, incredible, try, oh, this is the part where they make me feel behind. Same show, different role. With your device, run a quick audit. Open settings and scroll through your subscriptions. Ask 3 questions for each. Did I consciously choose this, or did it come bundled? Would I sign up again today at this price? What breaks if I cancel for 30 days? You'll be surprised how many things you're paying for just to avoid a slightly annoying setup screen. Try a small experiment. For 1 month, don't upgrade anything. No new storage tiers, no new watch, no new subscription trials. Force yourself to live with small frictions, manually managing photos, trying a non-Apple streaming app, using a third-party password manager. You're not escaping the theater. You're seeing where the exits actually are. And socially, catch the moment you judge someone for having a non-Apple phone. That tiny flash of, oh, they're one of those people. That's the costume speaking, not you. The goal isn't purity, it's clarity. You can still use iMessage and iCloud and AirPods. You just stop mistaking ease for freedom. Third kill shot. You're not less controlled because you enjoy the show. You're less controlled when you know who wrote the script. Apple doesn't just sell hardware. It sells you a role. Competent, creative, in the know, part of the cast everyone else wants to join. Your brain will pay more for that role than for any chip spec on a slide. You probably won't leave the ecosystem. You'll just stop pretending you stayed by choice alone. So here's the question that actually matters. If Apple cut you off tomorrow, no iCloud, no iMessage, no App Store, what part of your life would hurt the most? That's the part they own already. If you want to see how another company runs the same play with a different costume, how Amazon turns free shipping into a stage you never leave, stick around. Same tricks, different logo.